Alright, so I'm going to give a brief overview of the Red Raptor XL-X. We just got this bad boy. We got the original one with the rolling shutter back, I think, before I started at this company. And whilst I was here, we upgraded to the X, which is the global shutter. This thing is a beast and a workhorse of a camera. It has its quirks, as all Reds and all cameras do. We travel pretty heavily with this. We got a pretty big, hefty Jason case that we bought with this, and this camera still ends up getting beaten up. The biggest issue we had is we used to leave the dovetail plate on the bottom, quick release, and it just sat, practically about this high, this thickness, sat up higher, and that was causing, when we were traveling with the case, for this part of the camera to get hit. So we ended up having this bolt that kind of joins in between this handle, ended up getting stripped and bent down. You cannot buy this piece, just top handle, on its own. There's like a section here that you can technically take off, so you just have like the red record button on the top. You cannot buy that piece, funnily enough. You have to buy the whole top handle again, and that's not cheap. So yeah, if you are traveling with this in a Jason case or something, make sure it has the good tolerances and stuff like that, because Reds are not cheap to fix. But we love it. Internal ND, I think up to 10 stops, I believe. There's a new update, which I have not installed on this yet, which I'm looking to install, which will give you, sort of like the Sonys do with the ND, will auto go up and down and keep your shutter speed and all that the same. And it will do that automatically, which will be nice. You have to make sure that the batteries that you use with this, let me just grab one. So these are the batteries we use. They're the Helix. Let me see if I can get it in focus. The Helix batteries, 150. These are dual volt charge. You have to make sure that this camera is running the dual volt batteries. So save these ones, don't use them on your monitors, don't use them on your director's monitors or anything like that, or any other cameras. If you do, you can run this without the dual volt. However, I would not. It eliminates all your extra power points, power out points. So that becomes an issue. We've had a few times where we've taken this on set, we've had a DP that is used to using his own batteries and stuff like that, and then all of a sudden our wireless system stopped working and a bunch of the follow focus stuff stopped working, and that was because they were using the wrong batteries. So make sure you have the dual volt batteries on there. I think there are a few different brands. We just use these. Helix Core makes these. They're 150 watt hours. They work great. But yeah, make sure you're using the dual volt. That way you can get all your D-tap pins on the top, out points, and then you've got, I think it's 2 D-tap, 2 pins, and a 12 volt at the front as well. This is meant to really be used with 2-pin. It's the best case scenario with it. It does have 2 D-taps or P-taps on the top. And they work, they're fine. You just end up wearing them out. Sometimes the D-taps don't sit on there snugly. We've had a few cables that they've just worn, and so the D-taps will slowly edge their way out, and you're in the middle of a shoot and all of a sudden your wireless system goes down. Not ideal. But it is a beast of a camera. It does every flavor of RAW up to 8K. I think it will do 8K 60, and then everything down, it does crop. It is not an ideal situation. If you want to get less than 8K on this, you can go into ProRes mode. I wouldn't. If you're going to use this camera, you want to use it for the RAW capabilities. It works way better on the back end in terms of sorting out the footage and putting it where it needs to go. The file system works way better in the Red RAW format. but it is a lot. We'll do a 2-day, 3-day shoot with this, and we will fill up close to either 4 terabytes or just over 4 terabytes of footage with this, which is completely overkill. We're never going to use 8K raw footage in anything that we're doing, but the images coming out of it look amazing. The internal ND, is incredible to have on a camera, and we just love it. So it's been a good thing. Has quirks like all cameras do, but if you have any questions about it, we do live streams with this. We're doing the run and guns sort of testimonial videos, and walking around the streets and using it as well. So just if you have any questions, let me know. I operate with this pretty much every other day, as well as the C500 and Komodo, the OG Komodo. They're kind of our workhorse cameras right now, but this is our big boy, and it works well. They are CFast Express cards. We have the 2 terabyte, and we will fill that sucker up. So yeah, it is fun. It's expensive. Global shutter side of things has been awesome. We don't use it for the full potential, but it is a very good looking image. It is a very good looking camera, and it is built to be able to be easy to use, compared to some of the more consumer or prosumer things where you have to dig through menus, or you have to stop. Like, I can just jump on the side, like most cameras that are meant to be used on sets. You can just jump in the side whilst DP's holding it, change the settings, do a few things, and pretty much have access to all the menus from the side panel. But yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. Again, it is a great camera. It is way overkill for 99% of what we do, but if you have the money, why not? Buy the camera that you like. So yeah, it is cool. Anyway, if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, laters.